I think we are. I think they're going to make a deal which none of us saw coming. For some reason, I don't think it's going to be the deals that everybody sees around. And I trust in the chemistry between Durant and Irving. They haven't played together yet in a game, but they've had it's going to be like a year and a half to get together mentally, and they've been practicing already in the West Coast. And I'm going to have faith for once and say they are.
It's about pressure. When Kyrie has the ball in his hand because of what he can do, he puts an amount of pressure on a defense, right? And I saw that with Karras that he didn't know how to use that pressure, like the way Kyrie would just jet up the court and then the defense would collapse on him. LeVert has never played with anybody that good, so he didn't understand what to do with it. But I am more than positive, because of who Kevin Durant has played with previously, that he's going to know how to use that pressure. He's going to know how to basically just destroy teams. And then now that they have, like, I was worried that Nash wouldn't be able to teach what he knew about his offense. But now that they have D'Antoni, Los, I think that's a chip, my man.
If I could say one more thing,
Go ahead,
when
please.
I was watching the playoffs and when I was watching the finals in the bubble, I thought to myself, the Nets could beat these teams. So if I thought that back then, I'm going to use that now, and that's why I say they could win, and they will win.
Bam, is he wrong?
He's wrong in one sense. We're winning championships with an S.
I like it. I like it.
I think we've got a 3-year window here. I think we play in the finals all 3 years, and I think we get 2. I think we're going to get 2. I just feel like it's our time. I really do. I think the stars aligned for this franchise. They've done everything the right way, and I believe they'll be rewarded for it. The biggest thing is I just think they need Kevin and Kyrie to be the guys that police the team, set the standard, and I think they're going to be motivated to do that. I want to shove all the Kyrie Irving slander up everyone's ass. And I think he's going to do it, and I'm glad he's going to do it in that tie-dye uniform. Because just like Los, that reminds me of being young and watching the Nets with my dad, and becoming a Net fan, a basketball fan. I can't believe we're doing a podcast right now about the Nets, and they have Kevin Durant on their freaking roster. It's so bizarre. Like, I bought NBA 2K this year just because Kevin Durant is on
so you could doesn't it feel good?
Bro, I only played it once. Like, I don't even play the damn game. I just wanted to be like, I own this game where Kevin Durant, I'd have to trade for him. He's just on the team. You know, I think we're gonna get 2 out of 3 over these. I think these guys are staying here for the third year. I think they opt in, and I think it's our time, man. And I just hope to God, you know, there's fans there for at least one of them.
There's gonna be fans there for this one. And
I want 20,000. I want all the building full, not 4,000 or 5,000.
Are you looking at Kyrie's pictures while he's practicing? Doesn't he look angry?
I look at everything Nets related. And
doesn't he look angry in those pictures?
He's internalizing everything that's being said about him. This whole Kyrie thing was concocted by racist Boston media. And they have a big, wide... Nobody said shit about Kyrie until the Celtics came along.
Listen.
He's not their kind of black. That's what it is.
No. Listen. You know I'd love to point out a good racist. But yeah. Kyrie, we have to... And if we're going to win championships and if we're going to have... You know, fans give their team a climate. When you believe you're going to lose... and everybody around you believes they're going to lose, I really believe it like creates this losing climate. And you know, to be honest, I feel like we have to be as positive as we can, and we have to be real with who Kyrie is. Yes, Kyrie is a dickhead, but he's our dickhead. And
That's right.
And I back him 100%. He listen, all kids Kyrie's age, if you put a microphone in front of them, they sound like idiots. I have an 18-year-old and I have a 17-year-old. If they say things that sound outrageous to me every single day, and so I understand Kyrie. I understand this, his generation's exceptionalism, and
I think he likes it. I think he likes it now that people. I think he likes playing the villain, and I think the Nets will be villains. There's gonna be there's gonna be an entire market.
There's so much hate already. The hate is strong.
The Knicks fans, for the first time, you know how we know we've arrived is the Knicks fans now hate the Nets. And I love every second of it. That guy, Knicks Fan Central, made fun of Kyrie because he was upset that Kobe died. I can't wait to tweet him when Kyrie Irving's on that podium.
Oh, no, he's hurting right now because it's dawning on them. Sam, I heard you live around a nest of Knicks fans. How much is it? How many suicides are going to happen near you this year? Are we going to win a championship? Are they?
I mean,
are they going to put on the black? What's happening?
This is what I'll say. I think I'm more old school in terms of team building, which is why I was always pessimistic about this Lakers team. I thought it was like this just crap that came together with two superstars, whatever. I think everything is kind of shown that, especially when the league is a little more watered down and you have more teams with two superstars rather than like a super team with four. I think anything can happen. And I think, look, there's two.
They don't want to chase. They don't want to. Rajon Rondo doesn't. He's not even on the Lakers. But Rajon Rondo doesn't want to chase Kyrie Irving for 7 games or for 6 games or for 4 games.
And so, look, there's two. To me, there's two narratives that come out of the Nets season. It's either they had a great offense, but they didn't really get along that well, and so they were kind of disappointing, or I think they're winning the title. And the more that I see these teams just kind of be put together, and especially a team like the Nets where it actually seems like the players are practicing together and enjoying themselves.
The Miami Heat went to the finals, Sam.
Yep.
The practicing thing, I love it. I love seeing the camaraderie, but I'm looking at Kyrie. He's practicing alone. He's got an angry look on his face. He's looking at his teammates like, yeah, all 3 of you are getting traded. I don't respect any of you. But he wants to win it all. Like, that's what gives me the most belief in us winning the championship, is because Kyrie wants to win it all. Are we winning it all, Sam?
Yeah, look, I don't see any reason why they cannot win it all. I'm not really scared of anybody in the East. I think like the Sixers thing, they brought in Doc to kind of change whatever's going on there, but I just think the roster configuration is terrible. And look, there's going to be deals that happen. Teams are going to look different, but the Nets' firepower offensively, coupled with I think a couple of moves that they have to make, coupled with the coaching staff, but I'm excited about them. I think if you put this Nets roster, a fully healthy Nets team against a Lakers team, even if it was a little improved, I would be excited for it. The Nets have a lot of guys they can throw at any team, and so because of that, I am excited. And look, I want to say one thing which I think is important. Eve, you've mentioned it a bunch of times, and I think this can't be undersold, and Bam also got into it as well, is that Kyrie being a Nets fan and Kyrie seeming like he has this I'm in the promised land, I'm here to do something. I think that stuff matters. I think it's clear that in Cleveland he was sick of LeBron shit, and Boston forget about it. He clearly was just mentally not in it. Kyrie is one of the most talented players in the NBA. The only thing that's stopping Kyrie is his mind, if he just gets caught up in other crap, or his health. But beyond that, he is a superstar. He is one of the 5
guardable. Sam.
Yeah,
there's people KD didn't win a championship with Westbrook. Do you know how different Westbrook is from Kyrie. Kyrie will kill you from outside. There's no way to guard them both. Bam, we're winning a championship, aren't we? and we'll close it on this. Yes or no? Are we winning the championship, Bam?
No, we're winning championships.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. We're winning championships. Are you on the championships train, Carlos? We've suffered this year. We've suffered. I think this is a golden age in New York sports.
The type I would love to say championships, but I have to get the first like much history of things not going exactly great. But I have faith that we will win at least one. If we won one, obviously I'd be more confident we can win another one. But
yeah,
I'm say at least one.
It's one or bust. To be honest, it's one or bust. Sam, let's thank these gentlemen for coming on and making the off-season extravaganza just amazing. I think we've done better jobs than ESPN folks who don't watch our team. This is we watch every playoff game.
It's been great.
Absolutely, we watch every playoff game. We're watching it together on Twitter, and we watch 82. So who better to talk about the Nets than this crew? And I thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. Bam, pleasure.
This was fun, man. Thank you, guys.
Los, thank you so much, my brother.
No, thank you guys. Like Bam, I'm one of the very few Net fans in my family, and not a lot of. It's a very huge pro-Knick town, and the bandwagon LeBron fans that they're not a fan of a certain team. They're LeBron fans. So
right.
This was fun. Anytime. I love you guys' show, and wish you well, both of you.
All the best to you as well.
Thank you very much.
So Sam, this is our first one together. I did this last year with the crew. This is special. This is the beginning of what could be the off season that takes us all the way. We're gonna do it, aren't we?
I think we are. Look, you said to me off air, I think it was last time or 2 times ago, you're like, we got to get ramped up because this is going to be a historic season. And you I'm getting starting. Not only am I starting to feel it, we're getting goosebumps at this point. Not even because it's Halloween. Because like this, look, as someone who's a Mets and a Nets and a Giants fan, I've never had like a super top 3 star in the league on my team before.
Never.
And having a guy like Durant and even a guy like Kyrie, like I've never had someone who's supposed to take the league by storm on my team, and this is gonna be fun. You're like in all aspects.
Man, I'm happy to be doing it with you. Anyway, it's been me, Yves Darbouze. It's also been my partner, Sam Lachow. We thank you for listening. Come find us on Twitter if you could spell our names. And our next step is going to be our training camp pod. We won't bombard you with pods until a real season is happening. But we'll have our NBA draft pod, and we'll have a training camp pod, which will come after that. And we'll talk to you, New York City. Thank you for joining us. We have been the front office, and we out.